guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Serbian food tasting tour in Belgrade, Serbia.
Welcome to Belgrade, Serbia, the place that I called home for 3 years before accidentally meeting my husband in Kragujevac and moving to central Serbia instead. But that's a different story. So, Liz, tell us, why are you back in Belgrade?
I'm actually in my 7th month of pregnancy at the moment and absolutely dying in the 37-degree heat today.
Wow.
But despite that,
37?
on YouTube and Instagram, we are working today. I'm just waiting for my friend here at Konya, which is a very popular meeting space here in Serbia.
A zašto kod konja? Zato što je čovjek konj. Reci mi zato što je konj. A čigamo smo bili? Jablame.
Hey Liz! How are you? I'm wonderful. Thank you for coming out today.
Sorry I'm late, I'm just finishing up a tour.
Oh really? What tour are you finishing?
Yeah, well, it was a mix of everything. Tradition, culture, history. I really gave my best to help people fall in love with Belgrade.
Whoa, I'm so excited because she's going to do the same with us today.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes, absolutely. I hope guys you're hungry.
Us too are definitely hungry.
Okay.
What are the locals call for breakfast? Sad ćemo mi ovdje, probamo sjajno neki pita.
Pita, so
Pita is a special type of pastry, very popular in the Balkan region, but svega na jedan dan, jedan prvi.
oh, I didn't know they eat pita like that in
That's good.
Serbia too. That's interesting.
And it's literally dough which is filled with potato, mushrooms, meat, cheese, different vegetables, different fruits.
But it
It's
looks
very-
different.
It looks like
though.
filo, like you know the bread that's on baklava.
Yeah, it does look more like that than like what I think of pita. At least
But crispy, so yummy.
I može i licu, no?
Da budete poznati, šta fali? Svi dolaze zbog vas.
And we usually eat pita with yogurt. Yogurt in Serbia is not sweet. It's not fruit yogurt, but it's like savory, liquid, mild flavor, and it's a perfect combination with crispy pita.
It's very, very liquidy, as you can see. And they just informed me for pregnant women, water is free. So I guess we have a free breakfast today.
Wow.
Možemo li napravimo sad burek sa sirom? Kakav burek sa sirom?
My favorite is always with meat, but I'm going to try maybe the one with azalea. They really pack it in. And I love pizza when it's like full to the brim with.
when she showed it, did kind of look like pita. It's a little thicker though.
I don't see it well yet.
Yeah, it looks like it's flaky to me though, because pita is not flaky. That's the thing.
My filling, so this is really amazing. Look at how crispy it is as well, especially the one with meat because it's a little bit drier.
Oh, maybe it's like pate, like it's like croissant, like.
Yeah, I think it's more like pate. I don't know if it's the same as the Greek pita that I'm thinking of. Because that's so interesting.
Crunch.
It's interesting that it's the same the same name though.
Get more of what matters.
That's what
with
makes it a
Target
little bit
Circle
confusing.
360's unlimited same-day delivery.
Oh, it's not the one with meat, that's the one with mushrooms. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. Oh wait, no, that's the one with meat. So I'm going to stop eating for a second so that my husband can eat as well. He hasn't had breakfast, so we'll see you in the next stop.
So if you've watched my last video in Belgrade, you'll know that my favorite place for coffee is Poppy Coffee. However, I decided today that I wanted to opt for something that was a little bit more traditional.
Domaća Kafa in Serbia is something special because it's not just coffee, it's not just a drink, it's the whole ritual. We have a very authentic coffee pot from which we pour coffee into the cup. And the most important rule is to drink.
Where did we see something similar cup? Was it Turkey?
Argentina. Oh,
Argentina? I feel like.
I think maybe Turkey.
I think in Turkey we saw it was because we didn't do Turkey food. We saw it in passing. I think it was Turkey.
this coffee slowly. You just sit, you drink your coffee, you talk about life, and you do that for 2 hours.
People just have time to drink coffee slowly and to enjoy the moment. This coffee is from Ottoman influences when the Ottoman Empire was present here, and we inherited that from Turks. So we have Turkish Delight as a perfect sweet with this coffee.
I think the other one that we saw in Argentina, the chocolate was
chocolate.
It was like something was very thick chocolate.
Yes. No, that was Spain churro. They did
Oh,
churro and thick
yeah,
chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, when we drink our coffee, you have a coffee ground inside of the cup, and then we turn it around. Then we need to wait for a couple of minutes, and we always do a cross.
Is that also 3 times or?
Always 3 times. Everything in Serbia is 3 times. It's connected with Holy Trinity, in the name of Father, Son, Saint Spirit. Amen. And it's connected with 3 colors on our flag. We kiss each other 3 times when we see each other. So actually number 3 is considered national symbol.
I didn't know that. That's
and they
interesting.
usually say, Serbia. Like big patriots, you know, they're very proud of their culture and traditions. So we wait for a couple of minutes. Fortune telling is about to start. So we turn the coffee. We turn the coffee cup on the other side. E sad ovdje bi trebalo da ima soc. Soca nema.
I think I put a little bit more out of mine. Maybe I can try. In your future, I see a baby. Oh.
So, I take a coffee cup. And what we do first is to put this finger inside of the coffee ground and you make a business wish. The second thing is to put middle finger in the coffee ground and you make love wish. Okay? And now I try to find some patterns inside of your coffee cup. I see a role. I believe you have some trip in future. And I see one letter. It's letter J. Does it sound familiar to you?
What a coincidence!
That isn't. I wonder if that's how like the fortune. Because I do know they tell.
Have you done it before?
I know that some people they tell fortune based on like coffee. I wonder if I don't know exactly where the tradition. I wonder if it's like a Serbian tradition originally, because I've heard of it, but I don't know where it originated from.
Oh yeah, that's our trip. I'm good. Yeah. By the way, my grandfather is really good in this tradition, but I just try to have fun with my friends. Yeah.
So now that we've had some breakfast, coffee, and had our future told, I think now it's time for a bit of a walk.
Knez Mihajlova is the main pedestrian street in Belgrade. It's a place where you can find many restaurants, many bars, and where you can feel the atmosphere of life in Belgrade. Actually, that is a place which is always crowded. In the middle of working hours, you can see people sitting, drinking coffee, enjoying life to the fullest. And actually, that's the thing I adore about Belgrade, because people know how to live in a moment, and you can feel that the best in Knez Mihajlova Street.
Ajde, pa možda će oni da poleti.
Neće.
Ja inače imam jezik strah od govora. Oh, izvini. So we just arrived at Art Deco on Knez Mihajlova. You can visit my husband's stand. It is a shameless plug for his work. I actually was a buyer of his work before anything ever happened, actually. There are several symbols of Belgrade and a lot of symbols that you might actually begin to recognize as you travel more and more around Serbia. So for example, this one's in Zemun. That's actually where Maria is from. And that's Novi Sad, which is only a 35-minute train.
I think we saw Novi Sad in the where we saw the places, because I remember the name.
Right, from Belgrade. It is a very beautiful city, full of Austro-Hungarian architecture. The house on the Drina, it's a little wooden house that's found on the top of a rock in Serbia. There's also mini versions if you're looking for something a bit smaller. So if you're looking for a souvenir for a family or friend, come visit us at Art Deco. We're always here. Baš dugo nisam se šetala na ovom putu.
So we're now in Skadarlija Street. This is Bohemian part of Belgrade. And why Bohemian? Because many prominent artists used to live here in 19th century to paint, to seek for an inspiration. This is a street which is famous among both locals and foreigners because it really represents the typical spirit of Serbia. We're now inside of one traditional kafana in Skadarlija Street. Kafana is like tavern, traditional restaurant where you can try many local dishes and where you can feel the atmosphere of life in Belgrade and Serbia. This place is actually old, almost 200 years, and here you can see very authentic interior, and in the evening, magic happens here. You have trumpet players, musicians, people dance, sing, they order a song, they drink a lot of rakia, of course, as we Serbs do that. Yeah. You can dance on the table, on the chair.
So rakia, I think might be the same as raki in Greece.
You can break plates and glasses. Absolutely, many times. And for tourists, it's so important to come here and experience our Bohemian vibe.
In the early days of my life in Belgrade, I remember the food, the rakia, the music, and the atmosphere of Skadarlija. Those nights will stay forever in my heart. Aww. And for those who are visiting, a late summer night in a kafana is definitely a must in Belgrade. Okay, Maria, what do we have up next?
So our host Nena prepared traditional appetizer for us today. So here we have many meat delicacies Serbs adore, of course, since this is meat loving country.
We love
meat.
I wonder what this one. It looked like a triangle. I don't know if it's
different types of cheese, like goat cheese and cow cheese, cheese with the different spices. Kaimak is traditional.
Oh,
this one, the one on the left?
Yes. Or is it
looks
bread?
Like, honestly, it looks like soft croutons.
Soft croutons?
Yeah, that's kind of look like bread to me.
Spread made with milk, and we have another orange spread which is national brand of Serbia, and it's ajvar. It's made of roasted peppers, and sometimes we add eggplant depending on a recipe, and it can be spicy or mild, but it's so yummy, especially for breakfast when you put it on a bread together with kajmak. Čvarci, we like to call it pork candies because they're very crispy. They're made of pork fat, and we have special type of pork known as mangulica. So it's very, very delicious.
As soon as you start eating one, you can't stop. Lots of salt, like cotton candy, but like meat. Lucky there's only a small portion for today.
And of course, traditional old Serbian bread, roja, made of corn flour.
Yeah, so I think that was the Serbian bread. Yeah, because it does kind of look like bread. Corn flour, I like cornbread. I wonder what it tastes like.
So this was a special degustation that Maria organized just for us. So if you would like to get a taste of some delicious meats and dairies from Serbia, get in contact with Maria. And now, how about we taste something a little bit more organic?
Truest leaders in banking are laboring in.
Liz, you know, I really love green markets in Belgrade because shopping here, it's the whole social event. For example, my mother has a woman for cheese, another man for meat, another woman for milk. They know each other for 20 years, and every day she knows she'll buy something fresh, and that's so precious here. So as you can see, many fresh local products, everything is organic. Those people come from the outskirts of Belgrade every morning at 4 a.m. and they sell it. Those people come from...
This is tomatoes.
Oh.
From the outskirts of Belgrade every morning at 4 a.m. and they sell their fresh products here.
Koliko su trešnje? 500. Koliko hoćeš? 300. Da, može 300 grama.
You can literally smell the natural flavor and sense of all veggies. And I think it's really precious today to have those kind of products in a big city, you know.
Look at the size of this.
Yeah. And the shape of each tomato is different. It means it's natural, you know, it's not plastic.
I remember when I first came to Serbia, I hated tomatoes. I never used to eat them because, you know, back home in Australia, they're always
she's an
plastic.
Aussie.
And when I came here to Serbia, that was the first time I ever tried a real tomato that was sweet.
Yeah, full of flavor.
Full of flavor and juice. I didn't know that tomatoes were sweet. But it makes sense, they're a fruit.
Yes.
So Liz, I know you're familiar with our traditional rakia, but for all of you who are not, this is not just the most popular alcoholic drink in Serbia, but again the whole ritual. It connects people actually. My grandfather explains how it's good for health, for digestion, you know, for immunity. Whenever we drink rakia, and we do that a lot, the most important thing is to look into each other's eyes, because in that way you make a toast with a person, not with a glass.
Unfortunately, I can't right now, but it does smell very good.
We'll drink for you.
Kod mene možete da probate sve vrste domaćih proizvoda. Pravimo medna slačka, sirup od koprive, zova, sirup, med, jagoda, višnja, kajsija, breskva, šljiva.
So Serbia is the second largest producer of plums in the world, and it's the big...
You know, some words are similar to Lithuanian. The cherry is the same vishna. Plum, in us is sliva, there's a shliva. Some words are similar, it's interesting.
This producer of raspberries.
Razne vrste slatka, razne vrste džemova.
By the way, do you know the difference between jam and slatko?
I just know that there's like bigger pieces of fruits in slatko.
You have the whole fruit and the syrup inside. We use slatko as a symbol of hospitality. Jam is just a spread. You know, you put it on pancakes, on chleb, or chleb. When you are my guest in my home, I'll always give you slatko, Turkish coffee or domestic coffee, and rakia. So it's like a treat with coffee, but it symbolizes hospitality in Serbia, because we're, of course, the most hospitable people in the world.
Yes. Sremuš, pesto, ljute papričice, džinki, što bi rekli tamo u Nišu. Eto, tako imamo svašta, vino.
Because of our climate, perfect mountain slopes, we have a really long tradition of wine production.
Onako je specijalan naš proizvod za koji smo dobili i specijalno priznanje na sajmu etnohrane i pića.
Odlično, baš je dobro.
So despite eating the entire day, of course we still had room left over for dessert.
You think they barely ate? What did they eat? I barely saw them eat.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite cake shops in the city, because here you can really feel the flavor of childhood. For example, one of my favorite is walnut cookie, orasnica in Serbian, baklava. Those are, of course, Turkish Eastern influences we had through many centuries. This is also something very unique, which Serbs adore to prepare for holidays. It is žito, or wheat pudding, with nutmeg, with sugar and walnuts.
It looks like I've tried something similar, based on the looks. But I don't know if it's the same thing, but it does look familiar.
And it symbolizes prosperity in our country. We usually make it for holiday slava, and that's the first thing we serve to our guests when they visit us for that holiday. So it really has a religious symbol for us. We have sutlijaš, it is like a rice pudding with milk and sugar, different types of oriental sweets again, krem pita, bal sujuk, again Turkish influences, and we have Princess Krofne, for example, Princess Donuts is literal translation, with vanilla and...
So all that is filling inside?
I think so.
That's a lot of filling, huh?
Sugar powder.
Must be like really light though, because I don't think it's like heavy cream.
Žarko had food coma, so he had to go home and sleep. No, I'm kidding, he had work. So it was up to me to film the final section with Maria.
For 3 to 4 years I've been following her work. Even though we hadn't met, I could feel how much love she had for Serbia, and the way that she writes her posts, the way that she speaks about Serbia and presents Serbia. I'm so happy that we worked together today.
Honestly, I can't tell you how much I'm in love with my culture. And it's so precious when you have the opportunity to share that with foreigners, you know, explain your holidays, explain your food, like that's such a gift. That's why I don't think of Alternative Serbia as a business and just a brand, but it's my mission. It's my mission to help people understand Serbia better and to change their opinion about this country, which is not so famous actually actually among tourists, I realized that mostly tours were focused on some historical walks. You just follow the guide and listen about some boring historical dates. And then I thought, okay, it would be really great to create some kind of alternative, unique tours.
Actually, I have a huge area of different tours for everyone's tastes, yeah? Like food tours, vegan tours, dessert lover tours, then traditional food, street food, then some kind of activities in nature like cycling tours, kayak tours, some very unique tours like cemetery walks or local neighborhoods in Belgrade, or some hidden gems like local stores with small producers. So actually I want...
Can we get back to food? Look at tour. Is this it? Yeah, I think that's it. That was just the promo. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.